News. We are live on Thursday, March 13th, 37 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big three things you need to know. Going to be mostly sunny today with a chance of a stray late day shower and a high in the low 70s. Now, Cedarville student remains in critical condition following Sunday's small plane crash in Pennsylvania. And our top local story, a woman killed in a shooting overnight. This morning, police looking for a person of interest.
Demetrius Turner. Police say he's a person of interest in the deadly shooting on Golden Arrow Court here in Miamisburg.
That's News Center 7's Xavier Hershevitz. Police called out there around 9:30 Wednesday night.
Yeah, Turner is 5'6" and 135 pounds. Police have been working through the night with Ohio State Highway Patrol troopers to find Turner.
He was last seen leaving this back door here and then headed south.
Police have been using K-9 officers and the State Patrol's plane to track Turner down. Now, we do have a photo of him at WHIO.com. If you see him, you're asked to call Miamisburg Police.
Yeah, and stay tuned here as we get new details on this developing story. We're going to bring them to you right here on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
The threat for strong to possibly even severe storms moving into the Miami Valley. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz. We'll talk the timing and the threats here in your extended forecast.
If you're heading out to the freeway, travel times are normal so far this morning. I'm Jake Magnotta with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News, sponsored by Russell Total Wealth and Wellness.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
Well, the Education Department's Civil Rights Branch is losing nearly half its staff in the Trump administration's layoffs.
This is effectively gutting an office that already faced a backlog of thousands of complaints from students and families across the country. Among more than 1,300 layoffs announced Tuesday were roughly 240 in the department's Office for Civil Rights. 7 out of 12 regional offices were entirely laid off.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
Meanwhile, here in Ohio, in his State of the State address, Governor DeWine says he wants to make a change in education.
That is why I am directing the Department of Education and Workforce to review the state's learning standards and model curriculum to emphasize the development of practical life skills.
And the governor also says Ohio has reached the highest level of jobs in the state's history.
A Cedarville University student hurt in a plane crash over the weekend in Pennsylvania is still in the hospital.
Judah White is listed in critical condition. White is a sophomore from Manheim, Pennsylvania, who was traveling back to campus after spring break when the plane crashed in a parking lot in Lancaster.
That's WHIO's Ron Otto reporting the plane was headed to Springfield.
One person is in jail in connection to the shooting of a 15-year-old boy near a Dayton park Tuesday.
The shooting happened shortly after 3:30 p.m. on North Garland Avenue. Police say a 15-year-old boy was shot multiple times and ran to Washington Park. The teen was taken to an area hospital where he is in stable condition.
That is WHIO's Ian James.
Well, we know that one man will spend over a decade in prison after someone found a man dead in a home that had caught fire in Trotwood.
Firefighters found Jaquan Hardy's body in 2023 in a home on Gardendale Avenue. Police said he died after somebody shot him. Savon Davis was one of 4 people police arrested in connection with Hardy's death. A judge sentenced him to more than 10 years in prison. 3 other people have all pleaded not guilty.
That's News Center 7's Gabrielle Enright.
And Cincinnati police found a man's body at a dumpster behind a Wendy's early Wednesday morning.
Officers were called to the dumpster on Hopple Street around 2:15 a.m. Both the man's identity and cause of death have not been released, but foul play is not suspected.
That is WHIO's Rich Jones.
An early morning crash on Crane Road in Miami County leaves 4 people hurt.
It happened just past 2. 6 people were in the vehicle. 1 woman was ejected. We hear the injuries are all considered non-life threatening.
That's WHIO's Jason Michaels. The sheriff's office believes alcohol was involved.
Now, we've learned that last month egg prices hit record levels.
In February, egg prices reached record highs as the bird flu continues to wreak havoc on the industry and as Easter and Passover approach. According to February's Consumer Price Index report, a dozen grade A eggs cost on average $5.90, which was up 10.4% from a year ago.
Fox's Hillary Barsky, the USDA, says the outbreak appears to be winding down and egg shortages are easing.
In football news, the Los Angeles Rams release a star player from his contract.
It's the end of an era in Los Angeles. The Rams officially released wide receiver Cooper Kupp on Wednesday, ending his 8-year run with the organization. The move comes days after the Rams agreed to terms with 6-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Devontae Adams.
That's Fox's Joe Morgan. WHIO News Time 535.
I'm Larry Hansgen, and this is Miami Valley's Morning News as we look forward to the summer concert season, including a big show coming to the Rose Music Center July 26th. It's Bachman Turner Overdrive, the Marshall Tucker Band, and Jefferson Starship, all on one show. And I've got a pair of tickets. If you are caller number 2, 937-457-1290. Caller number 2 gets a pair of tickets to see Bachman Turner Overdrive, who you hear in the background, the Marshall Tucker Band, and Jefferson Starship, Rose Music Center, July 26th. Good luck. Still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, a grad student here on a student visa facing consequences now for some campus protests. That story coming up in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 5:36.
WHIO is Dayton's #1 weather station. You'll hear the severe weather updates several times an hour with our team led by meteorologist Austin Cheney. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it.
Hello, I am Jeff Bardonero, President for KeyBank in Dayton. We all believe in providing a helping hand in our communities. But while helping hands are wonderful, a helping bank can be even better. We are a bank that's committed to solving people's financial needs, but it just doesn't stop there. We advocate, we support, we listen, and we volunteer. That's a bank, regardless of circumstance, that is always ready to meet you in the moment. KeyBank, a relationship you can bank on.
Open the door to Dayton Door Sales. Family owned and locally loved, Dayton Door Sales is dedicated to giving your home the quality garage doors it deserves. Centered around a superior customer experience, our customers can rest assured that every member of the Dayton Door Sales family is committed to providing high-quality garage door installation and repair services at great prices. To learn more, visit DaytonDoorSales.com. Dayton Door Sales. Integrity, value, experience.
Whatever the weather outside, stay comfortable inside with Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality and comfort matter the most. Our cost-effective systems for your home or office and planned service will save you some bucks. Bucks. That's right, Sarah bucks. That will keep your wallet happy. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a reliable local family-owned company that always produces great results. This is Sarah Tanner. Call 299-2500 or go to tannerhvac.com to schedule today. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a name you can trust.
Are you tired of dealing with the same health problems like headaches and back pain and still only utilizing a Band-Aid to cover up the symptoms? Then tune into Living the Full Life, where Dr. Juan explains how to get to the root cause of the problem and fix it. Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on WHIO Radio.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
So much conversation about crypto. I'm asked a lot about it. A lot of people get upset with me that I'm so cautious about you being involved with crypto. And it is still a Wild West kind of thing. You may have heard, if you're into crypto, that Bybit got hit by hackers and $1.5 billion of its customers' money that was stored with Bybit is now lost in space. There are rumors that the money was stolen by North Korean hackers. Who knows exactly where that money's gone? The problem is, for you as a consumer, you have money on a crypto exchange, you feel like it's going to be safe. It's not necessarily safe from a hacker. And there's no FDIC insurance.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. Dayton's only all-local news radio station. The power of WHIO Radio and News Center 7 means you'll know first. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hanskin. Congratulations to David from Germantown. He won a pair of tickets to see Bachman Turner Overdrive, Marshall Tucker Band, and Jefferson Starship at the Rose Music Center, July 26th. More tickets to give away tomorrow, so please keep listening. Got 37 degrees now at 5:39.
21 minutes before 6 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, something you and your family need to know. We need to be weather aware going into Saturday morning and again Sunday morning.
The Storm Prediction Center has us under a marginal risk Friday night and into Saturday, and under a slight risk coming into Sunday morning, which means we have an isolated threat of severe weather. Pay attention, know where your safe spot is. Weather radios need to be plugged in, batteries in it in case the power goes out. That way you're getting alerted just in case.
That's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz. You can also stream us in the WHIO app on your phone and get weather alerts as well from the WHIO weather app.
In Franklin County, a woman sentenced to prison after torturing and abusing her children, killing one.
Charity Dreyer will spend at least 15 years behind bars after pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter and endangering children. Crews responded to her home back in September and found an infant who was not breathing and an injured 2-year-old daughter. Both girls were taken to a hospital where the infant later died.
That is WHIO's Ian James.
A government lawyer has asked a federal judge to move the legal fight over the detention of a college grad student to either New Jersey or Louisiana. The request made during a hearing in New York City.
Mahmoud Khalil is a Columbia University graduate student whom the Trump administration is trying to deport over his role in pro-Palestinian protests at the school last year. Khalil is a legal U.S. resident and is married to an American citizen. After the 30-year-old's detention last weekend, a judge in New York ordered that Khalil not be deported while the court considers his lawyer's legal challenge.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
Sky gazers are soon in for a treat as the moon turns a deep red while passing through Earth's shadow in a total lunar eclipse.
A total lunar eclipse will be visible across America tonight or early Friday. As the moon passes through Earth's shadow, it will turn red, creating what's called a blood moon. No special glasses are needed, just look up. Most of the country can see it, but cloud cover may affect visibility. The red color comes from sunlight filtering through Earth's atmosphere, much like a sunset.
That is Fox's Matt Murphy reporting. WHIO News Time, 541.
19 away from 6 o'clock. I'm Larry Hansgen on Miami Valley's Morning News as we help you make your plans with our 5-day forecast sponsored by Dayton Physicians Network. Schedule your vasectomy today during DPN's Vasapalooza. Here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz.
Starting off in the 30s this morning, or working our way up to 72 this afternoon. A stray shower possible late day, otherwise partly cloudy. 50 tomorrow morning, 77 tomorrow afternoon. Dry on the front half of the day. Late Friday, we're talking after 11 o'clock at night and into Saturday morning will be our first round of storms. Saturday evening and into Sunday morning, another round of storms. Both days will bring the potential of stronger storms, wind being our biggest threat, over 60 miles per hour plus heavy rain, 2+ inches of rain, a possibility through Sunday. We'll dry out Monday and hit a high of 55.
Our live Doppler 7 radar is clear. We've got 38 in Springfield, 37 in Kettering, and 37 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
An update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
You're taking I-75 this morning. We haven't dealt with any slowdowns. And right now, if you're heading northbound from 675 all the way to US 35 in Dayton, 9 miles, it's about a 9-minute drive at the moment. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Well, on Wall Street, the Dow rallied from big morning losses to close down 82 points at 41,350. And no charges for local band director accused of inappropriate behavior. That story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time, 543.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News, the most powerful name in news. WHIO.
Open the door to Dayton Door Sales. Family owned and locally loved, Dayton Door Sales is dedicated to giving your home the quality garage doors it deserves. Centered around a superior customer experience, our customers can rest assured that every member of the Dayton Door Sales family is committed to providing high-quality garage door installation and repair services at great prices. To learn more, visit DaytonDoorSales.com. Dayton Door Sales. Integrity, value, experience.
This is the legendary WHIO.
This is Lou M. Now let's check on morning traffic.
Dayton's only 24-hour news station. Using the power of News Center 7, we have dozens of reporters all over the Miami Valley.
Breaking news in Tip City. This is a live
with
look.
One mission, to bring you breaking news when it happens.
News Center 7's Kayla McDermott is live along
Major stories that impact your family.
New Oregon District mass shooting information.
We're the home of Dayton's only all-news morning show, Miami Valley's Morning News.
This is Larry Hansgen.
Then, throughout the day, listen for updated local news every 15 minutes.
Dayton and Springfield's 24-hour news, weather, and traffic station.
When breaking news happens, we stop what we're doing and go wall to wall. For us, There's nothing more important than live, local news on the radio. It's a tradition since 1935.
WHIO.
This is 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. March 9th, 1959, Barbie makes her debut at the American Toy Fair in New York and will go on to sell over 1 billion units worldwide. March 10th, 1940, Chuck Norris is born in Ryan, Oklahoma.
Because that's where the Rangers gonna be.
March 10th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell tells his assistant Thomas Watson, "Come here, I want to see you," through his new invention, the telephone. March 15th, 44 BC, the Ides of March. Julius Caesar is stabbed to death by Brutus, Cassius, and several other senators in Rome.
Lift 2.
Dayton, you're waking up with the information you need to start the day. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
546, I'm Larry Hansgen. We've got 37 degrees in Dayton. Big three things you need to know. Mostly sunny today, a chance of a stray late day shower and a high in the low 70s. Springfield has a feral cat problem. And our top story, a shooting and a manhunt in Miamisburg.
Yeah, a woman was killed. Now the hunt is on for Demetrius Turner. News Center 7's Xavier Hershevitz is at the scene of the crime on Golden Arrow Court this morning.
Police were called out here around 9:30 Wednesday night for reports of that shooting. Turner is 5'6" and 135 pounds.
Police have been using K9 officers in the state patrol's plane to track Tucker down. We have a photo of him on WHIO.com. If you see him, you are asked to call Miamisburg Police.
Well, Springfield leaders are taking steps to reduce the unsheltered population.
People told us at times they have seen more than a dozen people living there. Last night, the city approved plans to enter into an agreement with Shelter Inc. and other humanitarian organizations.
That's News Center 7's James Brown. The plan would add more than $300,000 in funds.
Now, the Montgomery County prosecutor is not pressing charges against a longtime Huber Heights school band teacher accused of inappropriate interactions with a student.
The teacher has worked for the district for 20 years. The district put that teacher on leave.
That is News Center 7's Gabrielle Enright.
Beaver Creek officers need your help to find two men accused of using a wheelchair to steal from Dick's House of Sport.
The incident happened on Saturday at the location on Fairfield Commons Drive.
That's WHIO's Jason Michaels. We have a picture of the people at WHIO.com.
A Columbus TJ Maxx employee was arrested this week after being accused of taking a video of a woman changing clothes in a fitting room.
The suspect was charged with a misdemeanor charge of voyeurism and initially denied recording the woman, but later changed his story. The sergeant of the Columbus Division of Police said this is not the first time the young man has committed this crime.
That is WHIO's Ian James.
In his annual address to Ohio's General Assembly, Governor DeWine wants Ohio to stop funding sports stadiums through the state's general fund.
My proposed increase on online sports gaming companies will allow us to do this and also allow us to help kids to afford to play sports and participate in other activities in their schools.
The governor says that he's included the idea in his new budget to lawmakers.
Idaho becomes the first state to prefer death by firing squad for executions.
The bill was signed less than a week after a 67-year-old man was put to death by firing squad in South Carolina for killing his ex-girlfriend's parents with a baseball bat. The first time the method's been used in the United States in 15 years. Although the death penalty hasn't been carried out in Idaho in over a dozen years.
That's Fox's Gary Baumgart and WHIO News Time 549.
This is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Make your plans with the 5-day extended forecast. And we turn to Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
72 this afternoon, a lot of sunshine between a few clouds, and there may be a stray shower late afternoon, but a lot of us will stay dry, if not all of us. 50 tomorrow morning, we'll hit a high of 77 tomorrow afternoon, nearing record mark both Friday and Saturday with a high of 77. But a couple rounds of storms move in with the cold front that's trying to work its way through and dropping our temperature. Takes us down to 54 degrees on Sunday, 55 on Monday as we dry out and bring back some sunshine.
Our live Doppler 7 radar is clear. We have 38 in Springfield, 39 in Xenia, and 37 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
And now an update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnato.
Still haven't had any reported crashes on the main roads this morning, and checking out our interstates, seeing a little bit more traffic, but we continue to move well on this Thursday. I'm Jake Magnato.
Still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, while airlines keep charging for bags, another transportation mode wants your business. That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 5:51.
WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here. I am coming to Dayton at the Victoria Theater Saturday, June 21st. Buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org. Part of the WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News station.
We've been going to the same Skyline for 11 or 12 years now. When I see that familiar face at the drive-thru, it makes me feel good. Just making that connection, seeing them again. It's like going home. We always make sure that we eat as a family. And on the busier days, hitting the Skyline drive-thru is perfect for that. It's always a good experience, and everybody in the house is happy. We eat Skyline once a week for lunch or dinner. Yeah, sometimes it's 2 times a week. Skyline is definitely my family's favorite restaurant.
Is your family aware of what's to happen to you after your passing? Are your wishes for a traditional burial or cremation? How will everything be paid for? Woodland Historic Cemetery and Arboretum encourages you to pre-plan these details. Inflation is felt by all of us. Planning ahead prevents emotional overspending and protects your family's interests. Why choose Woodland? Because it's beautiful, timeless, and still available. Advanced planning is the best gift you could give to your loved ones. Visit woodlandcemetery.org to request more information on pre-planning.
Hi, this is Larry Hanskin. It's amazing to consider all the things that are affected by the water quality in your home. Hair and skin, plumbing and appliances, laundry, and even the food you feed your family. I trust the water experts at Integrity Water Solutions, and you can too. They offer solutions to raise your water score so you can have the quality of water you want for your home and family. Visit Integrity Water Solutions at integritywtr.com and raise your water score.
Craving something freaking awesome? Indulge in a delicious 3-for-all. That's your choice of 2 sliders, crispy golden Brew City fries, and boneless frickin' chicken wings, all for just $12.99. Perfect for sharing or keep it all for yourself. No judgment. Enjoy a personal pitcher of ice-cold domestic draft for only $6.99. Enjoy all the games, Frickers 3-for-all, and an ice-cold pitcher of domestic draft. Your neighborhood home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers has it all. Dine in, carry out, or order online at frickers.com today.
It is March 13th, and on this date in 1894, the first striptease was performed in Paris. Ooh la la. 37 degrees at 5:53.
It's 7 minutes before 6 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, America's National Passenger Railroad Company is hoping to lure travelers away from airlines with a rare perk.
A few hours after Southwest Airlines announced it would no longer be offering 2 free checked bags to most passengers starting in May, Amtrak boasted about its luggage policy in a post on X, writing in part, yes, we're the only ones doing free baggage now.
That's Fox's Tom Graham.
Yeah, SpaceX announcing that it scrubbed the Crew 10 mission that was meant to bring stranded astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams.
Unfortunately, we are scrubbing for today's launch. Unfortunately, due to the hydraulic ground issue that the teams have been working, this will allow the teams to continue to troubleshoot and hopefully fix this issue for the next attempt that we'll have for Crew 10.
Yeah, how about I don't interrupt there? SpaceX did not announce a new launch date, but said the next one could be as early as tonight. Now, this comes after a Starship spacecraft exploded during a test flight last week.
A local community frustrated about the stray cat population in their neighborhoods.
Springfield residents say the situation was consistent, but is now worse than ever. One resident estimates he sees at least 30 cats roaming around his home every night. Another resident that volunteers at a nonprofit feral cat organization says the situation could be getting worse.
That's WHIO's Ian James. WHIO News Time 5:55.
I'm Larry Hansgen, and this is Miami Valley's Morning News. And we've been talking about this week, the lunar eclipse, which is going to start just after midnight tonight and will last till around 3:30 in the morning. It'll be visible from all states in the U.S. A rare total lunar eclipse took place 3 years ago. It won't happen again until 2026. Now, during the eclipse, the moon will turn a reddish-orange color. Thus, it's called a blood moon. Totality occurs at 2:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Finally, something that fits our schedule.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, well, all the listeners out there are probably saying, oh, crap, well, I'm going to miss it, or I have to set an alarm or what have you. But no, this is right in our wheelhouse.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Except I won't be here.
Oh, that's right.
I'm leaving to go with the Flyers to Washington, D.C. Later today. So I doubt, I'm not ruling it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I doubt that I'm going to be getting up at 2:20 to watch the lunar eclipse.
Just don't forget to turn your alarm on like you're going to work normally. I mean, you can throw open the curtains like you like to do and see the eclipse.
Okay. I might do that. I might. But you can't see an eclipse out a window. I mean, you got to be outside and look up at the sky.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited about it.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, because, you'll be, that's about, you'll be able to look at it outside the compound while you're feeding the chickens and the goats and the longhorns and the what have you.
The money-saving chickens.
The money, yeah. You know what? We made fun of you, Brittany, and you're getting the last laugh on all of us, aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you? I mean, absolutely. Like we had a story earlier this hour about there's a place in Xenia. They've sold out of chicks.
I know. Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy. We're getting ready to start hatching our own chicks, so I'm kind of...
Well, don't count them. Don't count them.
Yeah.
All right? Whatever you do, don't count them now. All right?
Yes, sir.
I know very little about agronomy, okay? But I do know that.
It's solid advice. Thank you.
All right. Okay, folks, set your alarms. Wake up at about 2:20 tomorrow. Step outside, and you'll get to see the blood moon. Our top story this morning, right now, Miamisburg police looking for a person of interest because a woman has been shot and killed. It's 5:58.
Hello, I am Jeff Bardonero, president for KeyBank in Dayton. We all believe in providing a helping hand in our communities. But while helping hands are wonderful, a helping bank can be even better. We are a bank that's committed to solving people's financial needs, but it just doesn't stop there. We advocate, we support, we listen, and we volunteer. That's a bank, regardless of circumstance, that is always ready to meet you in the moment. KeyBank, a relationship you can bank on.
Is your family aware of what's to happen to you after your passing? Are your wishes for a traditional burial or cremation? How will everything be paid for? Woodland Historic Cemetery and Arboretum encourages you to pre-plan these details. Inflation is felt by all of us. Planning ahead prevents emotional overspending and protects your family's interests. Why choose Woodland? Because it's beautiful, timeless, and still available. Advanced planning is the best gift you could give to your loved ones. Visit woodlandcemetery.org to request more information on pre-planning.
Skyline is now serving up Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways. For a limited time, you can order your Skyline favorites with a drizzle of Mike's Hot Honey Extra Hot. It's pure honey blended with chili peppers for the perfect combination of sweet and heat. Proof that some things are just better together. Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways are only at participating Skyline restaurants while supplies last. So come to Skyline today and get your Mike's Hot Honey Conies and Ways.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt,
all it takes is a moment.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was going to have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
WHIO, Dayton, Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. I'm Larry Hansgen, and welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Thursday, March 13th, 37 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big three things you need to know. Mostly sunny today with a chance of a stray late day shower and a high in the low 70s. Governor DeWine talks jobs and changes to school curriculum in his State of the State address. And our top local story, a woman is dead, and this morning police looking for a man connected with that deadly shooting.
Miamisburg police have been working with Ohio State Highway Patrol to try and find this person of interest.
That's News Center 7's Nick Foley. Now, they've had people on the ground and up in the air. In fact, officers are still on the scene.
Yeah, Brittany, that's where News Center 7's Xavier Harshevitz is this morning. He has more on the man police are looking for.
Demetrius Tucker. Police say he's a person of interest in this deadly shooting on Golden Arrow Court here in Miamisburg. Now, police were called out here around 9:30 Wednesday night. Police say Tucker is 5'6" and 135 pounds.
Police have been working throughout the night with Ohio State Highway Patrol troopers to find Turner.
And police have been using canine officers in the state patrol's plane to track Turner down. If you see him, you're asked to call Miamisburg police.
Now, stay tuned here as we get new details on this developing story. Of course, we'll bring them to you right here on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Feeling like spring, nearing record high temperatures. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz telling you when that cold air returns to the Miami Valley.
All lanes are open and moving well on our highways this morning. I'm Jake Magnotta with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
Well, President Trump openly challenging U.S. allies by increasing tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports to 25%.
This as he vows to take back wealth he says was stolen by other countries, drawing quick retaliation from Europe and Canada. Yesterday, the president removed all exemptions from his 2018 tariffs on the metals, in addition to increasing the tariffs on aluminum from 10%.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
Now, the U.S. and Ukraine passed the ball to Russia as they work out a ceasefire agreement and an eventual end to the war. Fox's Christina Coleman reports.
Ukraine said it would support the U.S. proposed 30-day ceasefire. President Trump says it's now up to Russia. During his press briefing in the Oval Office with Ireland's Prime Minister, President Trump once again mentioned the possibility of issuing new sanctions against Russia if peace is not reached.
And President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff is sent to visit Russia for direct talks.
Now to Columbus, Governor Mike DeWine touting employment in the Buckeye State in his annual State of the State address.
We've hit the highest number of jobs ever in our state's history. We've added more than 81,000 private sector jobs and have nearly 5.7 million Ohioans right now employed in our workforce.
The governor speaking to a joint session of the General Assembly yesterday afternoon.
A Cedarville University student that was hurt in a plane crash over the weekend in Pennsylvania remains in the hospital.
Judah White is listed in critical condition. She is a sophomore from Manheim, Pennsylvania, who was traveling back to campus after spring break when the plane crashed in a parking lot in Lancaster.
That is WHIO's Ian James. The plane was headed to Springfield.
Updating a story that we're following in Trotwood, a man headed to prison for his role in the death of a man over 2 years ago.
Savon Davis is sentenced to 18 to 22 and a half years in prison. Firefighters found the body of Jaquan Hardy in the burnt remains of a home on Gardendale Avenue in March 2023, and that Hardy had been shot.
That's WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. 3 other people are facing charges in Hardy's death.
And the man whose body was found in the woods near the Lowe's in Miami Township has been identified.
Cops say 60-year-old Timothy Siney lived in a tent in the wooded area and was found dead by a friend Tuesday afternoon. Siney's death does not appear to be suspicious.
That is WHIO's Rich Jones.
ODNR teaming up with area Girl Scouts for tree planting events across the state.
The Girl Scout Tree Promise is a natural protection initiative to plant 5 million trees across the U.S. over 5 years and to protect and honor new and existing trees. The department says it's committed to providing resources for the Scouts to plant 250,000 trees in Ohio by early 2026.
WHIO's Jason Michaels. A planting event is set for May 3rd from 9 a.m. to noon at Grand Lake St. Mary's State Park.
A man from Memphis injured after he says his dog shot him.
It happened at a home just before 4 in the morning. I spoke with the man's girlfriend. She was at the home when the gun went off. She told me she was sleeping behind the victim and the gun. She said Oreo hopped in the bed and the gun went off, grazing the victim's leg.
That is Fox's Dominique Dillon reporting. WHIO News Time 6:05.
I'm Larry Hansgen, and this is Miami Valley's Morning News here on the home of the Flyers. Dayton is D.C. bound this afternoon. I'll be along for the ride for the A10 tournament. Coach Anthony Grant's team riding a 4-game winning streak.
Lose and you go home. So I don't know that there's really carryover from the last game. Obviously we'll find out who we play on Thursday. So it's a quick turnaround, for us in terms of the prep. It's a quick turnaround for whoever our opponent will be.
And that will be the winner of tonight's game between St. Joseph's and UMass. Other results from yesterday. Well, LaSalle getting into that game by, rather it'll be St. Joseph's and LaSalle tonight. LaSalle getting there with the win over UMass yesterday. Fordham routed Rhode Island 88-71. Davidson beat Richmond 69-65. So Dayton against the winner of the St. Joe's LaSalle matchup tomorrow night in the quarterfinals. Tip off at 7:30 with a Bud Light pregame show right here beginning at 6:30. And Springboro cops get some help from above to catch some crooks. That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time 6:06.
This is Dayton's #1 news talk station. The superstars of conservative talk. Sean Hannity, Brian Kilmeade, Eric Erickson. Your weekday triple play. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it.
Carts and Parts is your home for all things golf car. With 0% financing options available for qualified buyers, you can get that golf car you've always wanted.
Call us today or visit us online at cartsandparts.com. That's cartsandparts.com.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
Okay, there's a weird thing I got to share with you. You know how when you pull a credit card out of your wallet, it'll have a number on it? Well, do you know that next time you get a renewal of your card, it may not have any numbers on it at all? And the reason is that credit card companies are trying to stamp out so much fraud. And there are now electronically embedded numbers inside a card, and that's enough. On your statement, stuff you have from your credit card company will have your actual number available to you, but more and more you're going to find that the number you're going to be using will be tokenized, kind of like what happens if you use Apple Pay or Google Wallet, where it generates a randomized number every time you use that particular card. That's the system we're going to for all credit card transactions.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Hey, it's Todd from the Evening Edge on WHIO Radio. I know it's many months away, but this summer, WHIO Radio is celebrating Independence Day with the city of Beaver Creek. It'll be a terrific patriotic day with a parade, family fun festivities, and a spectacular fireworks display. This event is part of the WHIO Radio 90th Anniversary Hometown Celebration, and the city of Beaver Creek is looking for additional sponsors to partner with. Thousands of residents will be there celebrating Independence Day, and if you're a local business and would like to be part of this patriotic event, please visit beavercreekohio.gov/sponsorships for details, or call the City of Beaver Creek Parks, Recreation, and Culture Division at 937-427-5514. That's 937-427-5514. And celebrate Independence Day with WHIO Radio and the City of Beaver Creek.
On WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. Well, this Sunday is not just any Sunday, it's Selection Sunday, where the 68-team NCAA bracket will be revealed, and we'll do that for you with our Selection Sunday show at 6. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. 36 degrees now at 6:09.
9 minutes past 6 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, we're nearing record highs as we get into Friday and Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, 77 degrees. That is almost 30 degrees above normal. Normal is 50 degrees, folks. We're pushing near record both days. Records were 77 and 79 degrees. So yes, we have the potential of tying, if not breaking that record, ahead of the cold front that's going to take us down back to reality into the 50s on Sunday.
That's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
At Springboro, drones helped investigators catch 3 suspects after a break-in.
Springboro police chased a car with 3 home burglars inside. The driver of the vehicle turned onto I-75 south from Austin Pike, but the tires were quickly deflated from spike strips. The suspects jumped out of the car and were later located with the help of drones.
That is WHIO's Ian James.
In less than an hour, a Greene County farm sold out of baby chicks.
Most of the customers were trying to find ways to get their own chicken eggs. Well, 300 baby chicks were sold. People we talked with said this was their solution to high egg prices at the grocery store caused by the spread of bird flu.
That's News Center 7's Gabrielle Enright.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
Aid agencies distributing U.S. food aid in Ethiopia's war-affected Tigray region say that they have had to stop feeding millions of people because of the Trump administration's restrictions on foreign aid.
They say they have no money to pay for fuel, trucks, and drivers to distribute existing stockpiles because the USAID payment system isn't working while the agency is dismantled. Ethiopia, with its over 125 million people, has been the biggest beneficiary of U.S. aid in sub-Saharan Africa. Local aid workers expect even more cases of malnutrition and disease.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor reporting. WHIO News Time, 6:11.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen, and our 5-day extended forecast is sponsored by Dayton Physicians Network. Schedule your vasectomy today during DPN's Vasapalooza. Here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
Starting off in the 30s this morning, or working our way up to 72 this afternoon. A stray shower possible late day, otherwise partly cloudy. 50 tomorrow morning, 77 tomorrow afternoon. Dry on the front half of the day. Late Friday, we're talking after 11 o'clock at night and into Saturday morning will be our first round of storms. Saturday evening and into Sunday morning, another round of storms. Both days will bring the potential of stronger storms, wind being our biggest threat, over 60 miles per hour plus heavy rain, 2+ inches of rain, a possibility through Sunday. We'll dry out Monday and hit a high of 55.
Live Doppler 7 radar, clear, 36 in Springfield, 43 in Centerville, 36 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
Here's our traffic expert, Jake Magnato.
Hearing reports of a crash on 75 South right now. It sounds like this is in the area of the Miami-Montgomery County line between Tip City and Vandalia. May have 1 or 2 lanes blocked. I can see traffic starting to slow down a little bit through here. I'm Jake Magnato.
Now, following former Flyers in the NBA, Toumani Camara had 14 points in Portland's loss to the Knicks, and a new cabinet member already promising cuts in his agency. We've got that story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time, 6:13.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News, the most powerful name in news. WHI.
Maximize your tax refund with big savings at Fat Boys. From lift kits to lowering kits, custom wheels or tires, we offer a variety of services to enhance your ride. Call 937-294-2699 to learn more. Financing available.
Attention job seekers. KTH Parts Industries is expanding their top-notch automotive manufacturing team. Join the second shift with starting pay at $21.66 per hour. Enjoy competitive pay and benefits while making an impact through innovative work. Ready to take the next step? Visit kth.net today.
The 50,000-watt giant of Miami Valley radio. From Lima to Kentucky, Columbus to Indianapolis, the station that cares about every town in between. We love this region as much as you do. Covering weather, traffic, and news is still our number one priority. Nothing is more important as keeping radio local, in touch with the community, and relevant to you and your family. Welcome to the legendary 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
If you're in college, or let's say you have a kid who's in college or going soon, I want to tell you the hottest thing right now is to go in a college program where you work, not just wherever, but you work in jobs that are in the field of what you're studying, and it lets you stand above the crowd. This is the number one way for someone to take a college degree and be successful with it after graduating from college. College is so expensive, it's better actually to stretch college to get that degree to 5 or 6 years working while in school, so that when you graduate, you not only have the credential, but you also have experience in the field you want to work in.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked number 1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years, and number 2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
The area's only all-news and talk radio station. That means we're talking about what you're talking about. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
616, I'm Larry Hansgen, 36 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big 3 things you need to know. Mostly sunny today. Chance of a stray late day shower and a high in the low 70s. The price of eggs hit a record high in February. And our top story, a deadly shooting in Miamisburg.
A woman killed in a shooting overnight, and this morning police are looking for Demetrius Turner, the man connected to that deadly confrontation.
Police say he's a person of interest in the deadly shooting on Golden Arrow Court here in Miamisburg. Police were called out here around 9:30 Wednesday night for reports of that shooting. Turner is 5'6" and 135 pounds. Police have been working through the night with Ohio State Highway Patrol troopers to try and find Turner.
Well, police have been using K-9 officers and the State Patrol's plane to track Turner down. We have a photo of him on WHIO.com. If you see him, you're asked to call Miamisburg Police.
People in Clark County reaching out to our news team about the feral cat problem in their neighborhood.
We talked with volunteers for Tips TNR in Clark County. It's a nonprofit that deals with feral cats. They told us the problem is bigger than they can handle right now.
We're probably backlogged a year with trying to help citizens of Clark County deal with feral cat initiatives.
News Center 7's Gabrielle Enright reports that if you see a feral cat in your area, you can reach out to local trap and release programs in your community.
GE Aerospace committing to a massive investment in Ohio, including right here in the Miami Valley.
The company says it has invested nearly $140 million across the state. Investments in the Dayton area include multiple new machines like 3D printers, building upgrades, and additional tooling.
That is WHIO's Ron Auto reporting. The company says its engines power 3 out of every 4 commercial flights around the world and 2 out of 3 U.S. military combat and helicopter aircraft.
Well, the APA administrator is introducing new budget cuts as he promises to cut spending by 65%.
Lee Zeldin announced the agency's biggest deregulatory action in U.S. history, promising to slash $20 billion in climate change grants issued by the Biden administration under the Inflation Reduction Act. Not surprisingly, Democrats accusing the Trump administration of playing politics to kill a program they simply didn't like, which was created by Congress.
That's Fox's Kevin Cork.
And in his address to the Ohio General Assembly yesterday, Governor DeWine emphasized jobs, schools, and making it easier to get teens into driver education.
With the support of the General Assembly and allocating a permanent revenue stream, all Ohio schools will have the opportunity to receive funding to make driver training available to their students.
Now, the governor also says he wants to increase money from sports gambling to support sports facilities across the state. WHIO News Talk 619.
Hey, this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day extended forecast, something we're proud to present to you 4 times an hour each morning. And here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
72 this afternoon, a lot of sunshine between a few clouds, and there may be a stray shower late afternoon, but a lot of us will stay dry, if not all of us. 50 tomorrow morning, we'll hit a high of 77 tomorrow afternoon, nearing record mark both Friday and Saturday with a high of 77. But a couple rounds of storms move in with the cold front that's trying to work its way through and dropping our temperature. Takes us down to 54 degrees on Sunday, 55 on Monday as we dry out and bring back some sunshine.
Live Doppler 7 radar clear, 36 in Springfield, 39 in Beaver Creek, and 36 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
Now, here's an update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
A little bit of a slowdown right now on 75 South between Tip City and Vandalia. A recent crash near the Miami-Montgomery County line has the right lane blocked. Medics were here, but I saw them leave a few minutes ago, so just police on scene. This delay is not big enough for an alternate route right now. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Well, U.S. military readiness is the focus of our in-depth impact story, and that's coming up in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:21.
WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here. I am coming to Dayton at the Victoria Theater Saturday, June 21st. Buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org. Part of the WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News station.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. March 9th, 1959, Barbie makes her debut at the American Toy Fair in New York and will go on to sell over 1 billion units worldwide. March 10th, 1940, Chuck Norris is born in Ryan, Oklahoma.
Because that's where the Rangers gonna be.
March 10th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell tells his assistant Thomas Watson, "Come here, I want to see you," through his new invention, the telephone. March 15th, 44 BC, the Ides of March. Julius Caesar is stabbed to death by Brutus, Cassius, and several other senators in Rome.
Lift 2.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
I'm Parker Testa with the University of Dayton Sports Update. The Dayton Flyers beat VCU 75-67 in their final regular season game Friday night. Javon Bennett led the Flyers in points.
Back to Bennett for 3. It's good.
Bennett posted a Dayton career-high 22. Also having a night was Malachi Smith.
Malachi for 3. Got it!
Smith notched 13 points. Enoch Cheeks was also in double figures.
It's Cheeks and a monster dunk!
Cheeks dropped 12 points. Coach Grant after the win.
Proud of our guys because we did our part. We took care of what we needed to take care of in these 2 games, and now it's about trying to get prepared and understanding the lessons from the regular season and then putting ourselves in position to go try to win a championship in D.C.
Next time out, Dayton plays in the Atlantic 10 quarterfinals Friday night. Pregame begins at 6:30. Larry Hansgen has the call at 7:30 here on the home of the Flyers. I'm Parker Testa with your University of Dayton Sports Update on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Dayton's only all-local news radio station. The power of WHIO Radio and News Center 7 means you'll know first. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. The Daily Express says some doctors say eating cereal for breakfast may be dangerous because they are a dessert in disguise. packed with sugar, refined starches, artificial dyes, and carcinogenic chemicals. Yum. 36 degrees at 6:23.
It's 23 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Even if it's in disguise, it's still delicious. I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, unfortunately, severe weather season is here, and we need to be weather aware going into Saturday morning and again on Sunday.
Watching for the threats of damaging winds over 60 miles per hour. Small hail and isolated tornadoes can never be ruled out, but it's more of a wind threat. Heavy rain, too, causing localized flooding. Over 2 inches of rain expected from Friday night into Sunday evening.
That's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
Now, here is a WHIO impact story, which means we go in-depth on a major story every hour.
A Senate Armed Services Subcommittee hearing Wednesday examined U.S. military readiness.
Yeah, Fox's Kevin Uretsky breaks it all down for us this morning.
Army Vice Chief of Staff General James Mingus warning that when it comes to readiness,
our adversaries are moving faster than we are.
Military branch representatives agreed that the biggest reason for that is a lack of consistent funding. General Mingus adding,
ultimately, the Army can afford a large, ready, or modern force, but with the current budget, it cannot afford all three.
Admiral James Kilby is the Vice Chief of Naval Operations.
Consistent and predictable funding is foundational to our improvement efforts.
All of the military leaders at the hearing testified that continuing resolutions used to fund the government negatively impact military readiness.
And, of course, you can stay with us for updates on the stories that impact you and your family in the coming days as well, right here on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Well, the fate of the IRS Direct File program remains unclear as Elon Musk and Doge cleave their way through the federal bureaucracy.
Republicans and commercial tax preparation firms are targeting it for removal, but taxpayers and officials who worked on its creation said it's easy, accessible, and a great example of how people should interact with the government in the 21st century. Direct File was rolled out as a pilot program in 2024, and the program is still available for use ahead of the April 15th tax filing deadline.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
And President Trump celebrated St. Patrick's Day at the White House Wednesday, joined by Irish Prime Minister Micheál Martin. Now, the president reflected fondly on the U.S.'s friendship with Ireland.
The bond between our nations is the old America itself, and it is as old as our country. So many Irish volunteers risked their lives in the American Revolution, and George Washington described Ireland as, quote, the friend of my country in my country's most friendless day.
Now, the reception comes after the president and Prime Minister Martin met in the Oval Office, where the president accused Ireland of taking advantage of the U.S.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
Well, the OHSAA has set dates and times for high school basketball state title games to be played in Dayton.
The girls' finals will be tomorrow and Saturday. The boys' championships will be March 21st and 22nd. All state finals games will be played at UD Arena.
That's WHIO's Rich Jones. WHIO News Time 626.
Money-saving advice when you need it. Hey, when don't you? Anytime online at Clark.com, where you can research different topics there, leave questions for Clark and his staff, and check out this morning's Clark Hour Tip of the Day.
There's a new all-points bulletin from the IRS for you to be aware of scammers redoubling their efforts this year to pretend to be the IRS, sending you emails or texts about an upcoming refund or a problem with your taxes or something like that. Do not bite. Do not click on any link in any text you get pretending to be from the IRS or any email that says it's from the IRS and to click wherever. If there's an issue with the IRS, how are they going to notify you? Old-fashioned snail mail. So any of these texts or emails you're getting are completely flat out a con trying to steal your identity or steal your money. This is Clark Howard.
Hello, I am Jeff Bardonero, president for KeyBank in Dayton. At KeyBank, we are all about looking out for our fellow neighbors. We understand that as a bank, we have both the ability and the responsibility to help others succeed. Maybe they are looking for that car to buy. Maybe they are trying to tackle their growing debt. Or maybe they simply want to do more with what they have worked so hard for. KeyBank is here to meet them in that moment. KeyBank opens doors.
Maximize your tax refund with big savings at Fat Boys. From lift kits to lowering kits, custom wheels or tires, we offer a variety of services to enhance your ride. Call 937-294-2699 to learn more. Financing available.
Elevate your kitchen or bathroom with breathtaking countertops from Stone Center of Dayton. Explore our large indoor inventory of granite and quartz, and now featuring a large selection of quartzites. We're locally owned and operated and offer in-house design help. Visit us at stonecenterofdayton.com.
Marion's Piazza, home of Dayton's favorite pizza. Proud sponsors of Flyer basketball on WHIO Radio. Marion's has been serving award-winning Dayton-style thin crust pizzas, giant sandwiches, and other Italian specialties in a relaxing old Italian courtyard atmosphere for more than 50 years. Come enjoy a night out at Marion's, a great gathering place for sports teams, reunions, graduation parties, birthdays, and celebrations of all sorts. With 9 area locations, you'll find a Marion's near you. Marion's and the Flyers, 2 winning Dayton traditions.
WHIO, Dayton Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning. It's 6:30. I'm Larry Hansgen. Welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Thursday, March 13th, 36 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big 3 things you need to know. Mostly sunny today with a chance of a stray late day shower and a high in the low